Hey everybody, it's Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic one. We're looking at just a few stories today. We're looking at the next installments of our Community Speaks segments featuring Origo Network today. We're also looking on potentially the master of all hypocrites if this report is true. Warren Buffett, who has said horrendous things about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, is now all of a sudden, on behalf of his company at least, so I should be talking about Berkshire Hathaway, potentially making inroads into cryptocurrencies with investment in fintech. Possibly we'll take a look at a Chainlink update and some other stuff, but let's begin as always on altcoinbuzz.io. As promised, we were going to do a follow-up to the big Goldman Sachs story that we couldn't quite get to yesterday. So rumor has it that they've begun trading their Bitcoin product. Article here by Chris. Goldman Sachs has begun trading its Bitcoin derivative product for a, quote, select small group of clients, according to an unnamed source. In addition, it has been reported that the bank is exploring ways to custody cryptocurrencies for their clients. So this is not a product like bakkt. We've talked about that in the past, but there's still a lot of value for institutional investors, writes Chris, to gain exposure to the space without having to lose sleep over custody of the underlying asset. So as it relates to institutional investing, Chris does a good job of summing up these last few months. Here are some of the moves that have been happening behind the scenes. But here's a new quote here by the CFO of Goldman Sachs. Physical Bitcoin is something tremendously interesting and tremendously challenging. From the perspective of custody, we don't yet see an institutional grade custodial solution for Bitcoin. We're interested in having that exist, and it's a long road. So that comes by way of Martin Chavez, who's the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of Goldman Sachs. You guys may remember our coverage back in July of David Solomon. That's the new CEO of Goldman Sachs, and he's the house DJ, the cryptocurrency enthusiast. So there was a lot of hype around him. He was hired as that new CEO back in the summer, and he said that, quote, the bank must evolve its business and adapt to the environment. Quote, we are clearing some futures around Bitcoin, talking about doing some other activities there, but it's going very cautiously. We're listening to our clients, and we're trying to help clients as they're exploring those things too. So that's by way of David Solomon, again, who is the new CEO of Goldman Sachs. Everything begins slowly, guys, and if they're making these inroads, and they're going, a little bit at a time with, as they say, a select group of small clients, that's how things begin. Let's kind of come back to this. It's not a very substantial story at the moment, but if there's a whiff of a hint of some activity in this space, hey, let's just keep on top of it. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing, potentially. If you're not familiar with bakkt, of course, go back to this article, September 27th, by Chris, Backed by Bitcoin, what it's all about. This is a really, really big deal, guys. I cannot emphasize that enough. And if you want to catch up with our Goldman Sachs coverage, their CFO calls trading desk rumors fake news. They came back and were very firm about this. This is from earlier in September, almost 2 months ago at this point. You can read about that as well. We're going to link to it. But in other news today, we're looking at Origo Network as part of our Community Speaks feature. So the scalable privacy-preserving platform for decentralized applications. Hello, Altcoin Buzz Army. My name is DJ Shahal, and I'm excited to share with you today about one of the most promising projects in the crypto space, Origo Network. This is an introduction to Origo Network with more project updates and future articles right here on the Community Speaks segment. So basically, the issue trying to be solved here is the fact that smart contracts on Ethereum don't have proper privacy, and that means that transactional and personal information is visible to everyone on the blockchain, and this is a problem for adoption for businesses and institutions, as such data is sensitive and should be kept private or secret. So you can take a look here at how Origo compares and how it operates versus some other so-called privacy coins like Monero and Zcash. Origo Network is a privacy-preserving application platform, a PPAP built on zero knowledge proof ZKP framework that hides the input-output information in its smart contracts. While Zcash and Monero also offer transaction privacy by hiding the sender's address, receiver's address, and transaction amount, Origo Network, in addition, guards privacy of application input and output and supports smart contracts. You can take a look here at all of the different use cases for Origo Network. So we recently had an Origo Can Do Anything contest and had some really cool uses from the community. I highly recommend everyone to read those use cases to have a better understanding of how Origo Network can drive a real-world adoption of blockchain technology in various industries such as banking, insurance, governance, supply chain. personal data and Internet of Things. You guys can check out that contest and some of the ideas that came about here. Do be sure to take a look at some of the partners that are actively investing in the Origo network. The full list is available here, so there are some big names on that list. In conclusion, DJ Shahal will be actively writing more articles and sharing more project updates for Origo network moving forward. This is simply the basic introduction to the project. You can take a look here at a lot of the links that are available. They've been getting a lot of good coverage, including some coverage on Forbes, on Medium. Taking a look at this particular piece, Origo can do anything contest selection. So this is what we're talking about. We're going to link to this below if you want to get a better sense of what they're all about and some of the potential that is behind this project. Coverage by Forbes is made available here. Privacy Revolution, how blockchain is reshaping our economy. This going back to July 31st of this year. Here you have a piece on NASDAQ.com. Origo has successfully created a privacy-preserving smart contract. So definitely a high-profile piece here as far as the people covering it, and that's very exciting. If you want to check out their website, of course, that's going to be at origo.network, the scalable, privacy-preserving platform for decentralized applications. So our thanks very much to DJ Shahal. Remember, guys, if you want to get in touch and create your own piece, contact at Garrett59 on Telegram. Let us know what it is you want to tackle, how you want to do it. Give us a little bit of a bio about yourself as well, some basic information. And we are always happy to hear your voice and let you be heard. So our thanks once again to DJ Shahal. And do be sure to check out this project. It seems like a very interesting one. In other news, we're not going to spend too much time on this. It is a little bit speculative, or at least not fully substantiated. But Warren Buffett has now potentially, again, made a U-turn. Has he made a U-turn on cryptocurrency investments? It's possible. He has said some of the foulest things about cryptocurrency. He's been talking against cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, especially, claiming that this technology is nothing more than a bubble and a scam. However, recent reports indicate that he may have had a change of heart. Remember, he called Bitcoin rat poison squared. Such a specific, venomous comment. And yet, Mr. Buffett, who has continuously rejected cryptocurrency and fintech, seems to have decided to invest as much as $600 million into two large fintech firms. Each company is set to receive $300 million from Buffett's own multinational investment conglomerate, Berkshire Hathaway. While he never admitted to it, many believe that Buffett might be ready to finally join the crypto scene. We're going to kind of leave it at this for now because there's not a whole lot of news regarding this on the internet at the moment. I couldn't quite validate it extensively, or at least to the extent that I would have preferred. But, let's just kind of keep this on the forefront, or at least, put it on the back burner for now, come back to this story. But there do seem to be some reports up there that Mr. Buffett is all of a sudden investing in cryptocurrency. And if that is the case, you know what? If he came around, that's fine. I don't mind if people come around and see things, my way after we discuss the details. But it's still a very hypocritical move, and it leads me to wonder whether his bashing of crypto this whole time was strategic, whether that was all for show, and then behind the scenes he was actually an active investor and very interested. Who knows? Let us know your thoughts about that in the comments below. It's certainly possible, but it's a fishy story. Let's wait to have it substantiated and see what happens. Another quick update here, guys. Our friends over at Chainlink on Twitter here, Morpheus.network smart contracts will be able to communicate with important service providers on both sides of a global trade transaction with Chainlink, facilitating faster and efficient large-scale global transactions. So there you go. Big news in the way of smart contracts. If you want to check that out here, we're going to link to the Medium report. Morpheus, pardon the interruption, Morpheus.network partners with leading decentralized Oracle network provider Chainlink for real-world smart contracts. Read more about this here if you're interested in Morpheus.network. So we talked about Goldman Sachs today. We're going to talk about Morgan Stanley tomorrow just because we're running out of time. But here's an article from November 1st by Luke. Bitcoin is the new institutional investment class that's coming to us, according to Morgan Stanley. So a big piece of news. Want to do it justice. We're going to take a look at that tomorrow, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, once the weekend has settled in a little bit. We're also going to take a look at this very exciting new transaction that we've accomplished. We've tested it out on Facebook Messenger using Litecoin. So more on that tomorrow, but this could potentially be a game changer here. I don't want to tease it too much, but it opens up the door to a huge user base, and that is the user base of Facebook, about 2 billion strong. So we're going to take a look at this and the Morgan Stanley piece tomorrow, guys. But there's so much news, so do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News. Of course, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. Check out our latest video here on the right. Check out our website content. If you choose to invest, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, I wish you the very best of luck, but have a wonderful Friday. Have a great start to your weekend. We're going to see you guys again, in my video at least, on Saturday. Until then, take care. We'll see you again soon.